Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, and today we are talking about the mighty and crazy and interesting Blackbeard. Now, I think he's one of the greatest unknown in One Piece. We spent years watching Luffy rise. We even spent a lot of time finding out about Emu and his shadowy, whatever mysteriousness spreading all over the world. But Blackbeard remains the one man who does not quite fit into the pattern. He does not follow the ancient path of Joy Boy. He does not sit on the frozen throne like Emu. He's something entirely different. And that may be exactly why Blackbeard is the most dangerous pirate and person in One Piece. When we first meet Blackbeard, he feels harmless, a strange man drinking cherry pie and laughing about dreams. But the moment he speaks of fate, of inherited will, it's clear Oda is planting something far bigger than we realize. Blackbeard, like Luffy, is a dreamer. Like Luffy, he believes in destiny. But where Luffy's dream is freedom, Blackbeard's dream is consumption. Think about the fruits that he has. Luffy wants the world to be free. Blackbeard wants to take everything for himself. The world of One Piece is full of ancient balances. So ancient, yeah. Joy Boy represents freedom, Emo represents control, but Blackbeard is a corruption that neither side can fully explain or take a hold of. He operates outside the war, a wild card that throws off the balance of the very narrative. This is what makes him terrifying. Unlike Joy Boy, whose will continues to echo through the inherited spirit of those like Luffy, Blackbeard's will feels entirely self-made. It is not the world choosing him. It is him forcing his way into the world's destiny. I know you think it, but what about Zebek? Well, we just don't know enough about Zebek to say, you know, what he is about. Now, we do know that Zebek and Blackbeard definitely have some parallels because Zebek was also the force that the world government and the Pirate King, the last Pirate King, teamed up to defeat. For some reason, but I think this time no such corporations will exist, and I think Zebek's will shine. And I don't even know if Blackbeard's will is the same as Zebek's, but if we look at Zebek, he had a crazy overpowered crew, and it looks like Blackbeard also has a crazy overpowered crew. And he's, of course, his ship, you know, the name of his ship also kind of ties it in. But it's very interesting just thinking about it, like, what is his role, right? I suppose Zebek is kind of a mystery, right? But he seemed to have controlled some of the greatest pirates of all time, all on the same freaking team. And Whitebeard was his second in command, right? It's really interesting. Just like Zebek, people are drawn to him. Just like Luffy, people are drawn to Blackbeard. The man who in many ways embodies everything opposite of Luffy's purity still commands loyalty. His crew is made up of broken men, murderers, traitors, monsters, and yet they follow him willingly. Even his greatest rival sense something twisted but magnetic about him. And I think that's what makes him really dangerous. Like Luffy, he attracts people, but unlike Luffy, he does not inspire them to be better. He offers them indulgence. He allows them to live the way they've always wanted to. He offers them freedom also, but not the same type of freedom. He offers them the freedom to embrace the worst selves. He's not a symbol of liberation, but of temptation. What makes Blackbeard even more terrifying is the question of who or what really is he. Before he ever gained a devil fruit, he was able to scar the big almighty Shanks, the same Shanks who'd go on to stop Kaido, clash with Whitebeard, walk into the throne room of the Gorosei, allegedly. That might be his twin brother, but we think it's him, and command, I think it was him, he had the scar, right? And command respect across the world. For men without a fruit to harm someone of Shanks' caliber hints at something deeply unnatural about Blackbeard's physical potential and his haki, even before he became what he is today. And then there's the body. Blackbeard is the only known person who can wield two devil fruits, the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gura Gura no Mi, and we know that he's looking for a third one. And perhaps Marco once even commented on Blackbeard's body being unique, as though it was built to carry more than one soul. There was even the long-standing theory that Blackbeard may host more than one consciousness. Maybe Zebek, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Zebek, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's in there somewhere. Maybe it's three different people that lost their dreams and combined to make Blackbeard. The hints towards Cerberus symbolism, the flag with three skulls, the possibility of three minds, three spirits. Like, there's a lot of trees connected with Blackbeard, or three beings residing within one form. He's not simply a man breaking the rules of devil fruits. He may be a creature who was never bound by those rules to begin with. And then there's the most unsettling fact of all. Blackbeard does not sleep. In a world with even the mightiest beings from admirals to Yonko must rest, Blackbeard does not. That alone hints at something fundamentally unnatural about his existence. Sleep is not just a physical function, it is a mental one. It is the process by which the mind restores itself. If Blackbeard does not sleep, what does that say about his soul? What does that say about how many souls are inside him? So what I think is, there's three different consciousness, and each of them take turns 8 hours a day being awake, and therefore it's 24 hours a day that he's awake, because each is sleeping for 8 hours. One wakes up, then the other, then the other. That's why there's almost like a three personality type vibe with him. Sometimes he's very funny and joyful, sometimes he's just angry, sometimes he's, there's these three personalities, and I think the daytime him is the quote-unquote real him. As the story unfolds and the ancient war between Joy Boy and Emu moves towards its inevitable conclusion, Blackbeard stands outside of that binary. He was not born to continue Joy Boy's legacy. He was not placed on a throne like Emu, and he's not trying to keep Emu on the throne either. He was not chosen by anyone. He chose himself. He built his own power. He hunted his own devil fruits. He waited decades hiding his abilities while living as a nobody under Whitebeard's crew, only to explode onto the world stage at the perfect moment. Blackbeard may be the final villain in One Piece, because he's an anomaly that may break everything. He's a man that was never meant to exist, whose very nature challenges the rules of the world. And that may be why in the end he will be more dangerous than even Emu, because Emu represents the system. Blackbeard represents the glitch in the matrix, a living error that refuses to be erased. He might represent Zebek if he succeeded. Luffy will fight for freedom, Emu will fight for order, Blackbeard will fight for chaos. And that, in the world of One Piece, may be the most dangerous ambition of all. Anyways, been your boy Supreme Uchiha God. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm out.